All right, everybody. Welcome back to Views from the G podcast. I am Noble Lee, and right next to me is
Gene.
all right. Today's episode's been called "Sick" because Gene's not feeling that well, so we're gonna keep it.
Yeah, I'm gonna sound retarded, so just to let y'all know ahead of time.
We're gonna kind of trying to keep it short and sweet. And for everybody who listened last week, thank you once again for listening to the podcast. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. We're gonna try to keep the content coming. So we're gonna go ahead and start off today's content with people who are being way too PC. Gene, you want to go ahead and take that away?
Yeah, so we had an incident that happened. Was it last week or the week before? I don't remember. All these weeks are starting to blend together.
It might have been the week before.
Right. So we got a TV in the break room at work, and we generally had the news on because when you go to work at 5 a.m., that's really the only thing on TV. So
That and cartoons.
that and cartoons, yeah. So
Skinamax.
anyway, so we found out later in the day. I don't even remember what day it was, but a lot of the channels have been basically turned off. They had a parental advisory thing added to them because apparently somebody got offended because of something that was said on a news station or maybe on a TV show. Because I know we had been watching Scrubs.
Yeah, we watched some Scrubs.
And so this kind of pissed us off because on your break, I mean, yeah, we have our phones and shit like that, but it's nice to be able to watch TV, just a little break from the monotony. So, yeah, we all figured this was kind of silly. I mean, if something is said on a TV show and you're just on a break, you're in there for 15 minutes, just stop listening to it.
Exactly.
So we all thought that was pretty corny. And, I mean, it just goes back to the whole PC thing. Our society's developed this safe space shit where, oh, God, he says something I don't agree with, or, oh, God, he made me a little upset because for whatever stupid-ass reason, and these people, they're growing up not having to deal with this shit. You're given a trophy for being in 10th place. So, it's just it really, man, it breaks down your character. You grow up, you learn how to deal with disappointment. You learn how to deal with being a piece of shit, because a lot of people are. So we just thought that this was another one of those kind of stupid ass little PC things. But I'll let Noble give you his take on it.
No, and Gene's completely correct. It's just weird because number one, like the place we work at, it's not like we got kids working there or anything like that. Not like saying kids, I mean like 16-year-old know that people can still do the work permit thing from high school, but it's grown people that work there. You got to be 18 to work at our job, and I mean most people that work at our job are probably what would you say, like in their freaking 50s, late 50s, early 60s,
Yeah.
and so half the shit they've seen or heard on the TV show, they probably either went through the shit or it shouldn't affect them that much right now. I mean, understand that we live in Gainesville, which is supposed to be like a really, really spiritual place to a certain extent. And plus we live in the Bible Belt, so people do, get up in arms over shit real quick. But it's like, come on, man. It's a TV show. Somebody wrote it. I guarantee you, if you was at home and this came on, I know you ain't changing
they
the
wouldn't
channel.
give two
so
fucks, man.
You just trying to show out for the sake of showing out, and that to me that's some bullshit. So
Yeah, preach.
I was looking for that sound effect to put it on Gene. I didn't want to just put it on myself, but I just want to make sure it was right though. But it's just that type of stuff is just unnecessary.
That stuff needs to go.
Yeah, it's like I get it. We're all trying to make sure that everybody feels welcome, but don't if you just take everything away from everybody, there's gonna be people who are happy and people gonna be upset, and that's like the whole thing about making compromises. I don't know that many ways when people actually compromise where both parties are actually happy, and then at the same time, I guess I just let you know that no matter what you do, things will probably never be fair for certain people. So I guess all we can do is just go back to our phones, because we can unrestrict our phones as much as we want,
Exactly.
But it just was a dope moment when, like, I remember that week before, everybody was sitting in the break room and nobody's watching their phones and everybody's watching TV and everybody's laughing. It was just weird. It's just like, I want to say a family moment, but it was just weird to see that at a job where everybody kind of connected on that. And then the next day, it's like, nope,
Nope,
can't
can't
watch
have
that
that shit no
Nope.
more.
I don't want to hear nothing about no titties, no boobies, none of that
Yeah,
shit.
exactly.
No fucking cursing, all that shit. So coming from people who are just cursing a minute or two ago about dropping some shit, so it's whatever. But yo, that's enough for that segment. Being too PC. So we're gonna switch over to we're gonna give a minute or two to this next one. I'm officially Southern now because
Yes, he is.
I never had a gravy biscuit or biscuits and gravy before. So
And how long have you lived in Georgia?
I've been in Georgia since 2002.
Man,
Yes, I've been here for just about
you
almost
have been
half my life.
slacking.
Yes, I have. I thought going to Waffle House made me Southern, so
No.
I figured I did my
Oh,
thing.
hell no.
And I've been to a Braves game. I've been to a Bulldogs game. I used to go to Tech. Shout out to Yellow
You've been
Jackets.
to all these games.
all
You
these
never had gravy
games,
biscuit.
and I've seen the Big Chicken in Kennesaw. I thought I did it. I thought I was Southern. You know, I said y'all for a long time. That didn't really.
Well,
help.
you officially are now, my friend. Go ahead and tell them what you thought of it.
It was really, really good. I always thought that it's just, to me, it looked kind of weird, and I thought it was way, way, way too heavy for breakfast. But I said, fuck it, and it was good. It was really good. The biscuit was made very, very well. The gravy was not like watery like most gravy is nowadays with like
Yeah,
turkeys
and that
stuff
can't
like
happen.
Yeah, it was good gravy. The sausage was perfect. It wasn't burnt. It wasn't undercooked. Everything was good. Add a little bit of hot sauce to it. Made my day. And yeah, it did slow me down for the first.
Oh yeah. It has that effect.
It slowed me down for the second hour of work, but it was delicious.
And it will send
nonetheless.
you to the bathroom.
Yeah. So shout out to our coworker who went ahead and bought that for me, and made me fully Southern. So I appreciate that.
Congrats. I'm gonna give a little,
Oh,
little clap on that.
You get the
little
clap on that. Hold on. Oh,
There it is.
oh! I turned it down a little bit. Turn the sound effects inside there. Too
Yeah,
loud.
man. Now I want some.
I know, right? Too bad that place ain't open on
I know,
weekends.
right?
Yep, we're gonna jump on to our next one. Movies. We're gonna talk about movies for a little bit. I know last time on the podcast I kind of went on a rant about the Oscars.
Kind of.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Hey,
yeah,
boy, you
definitely.
went off.
I did. This shit, it bothers me. It's touchy, but I'm gonna go ahead and just give it a little bit. Congratulations to everybody who won. There were a lot of upsets and surprises, and I mean, all I can say is that it's just weird when the movies that win, not a lot of people hear about them, and that just lets you know that there's things that move behind the curtain to get people put in certain places. You know, and that's no shot at the people that won. It's just, if I don't see your movie all the time and then all of a sudden you win, that to me that just looks weird to me. And I know we got to change the whole thing of how movies are rated, because there's a lot of good ass action movies and like spy thrillers and superhero type movies and movies that aren't the regular norm categories that you would choose, that actually are pretty decent films that I feel, if we're going to get nominated for the highest awards they're given for those genres, they should get accepted in. And that's literally all I'm going to say about it. I'm just waiting for Affinity War to come out. If anybody, you have not seen Black Panther yet, go ahead and jump on that. You have not seen Thor Ragnarok, which just now hit Redbox. Go ahead and get that. I watched that yesterday. That was actually pretty hilarious.
Is that good? Because I ain't seen it yet.
It was good. It was a good movie. It was surprising. I read a whole bunch of things about it being, you know, a good lighthearted movie, kind of like Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2 were. And I was like, okay, I hope they don't mess up Thor by trying to make it way too like
Kiddish.
yeah, and things
Yeah.
about it, they nailed it. They nailed it. It was a great movie.
Well, that's good.
So yeah, anybody who hasn't got a chance, hit Redbox and check out Thor.
And I know you're going to hate me, but I still haven't seen Black Panther.
No, yeah, man, what you doing? You're messing up. And like I said, I know a lot of people are like, oh, you know, he's still on it. You know, of course he's a black guy. He wants you to go see Black Panther. That movie is not just for
Yeah,
black
that's not
people.
it at
Like,
all, man.
It's for everybody. I mean, it's just the overall message in the movie is it has a universal message. It's not just a message for the black community or people of color. It's an overall message. So for anybody who has not seen it yet, you definitely just, you know, give it a shot. Don't listen to what your timeline says. Don't listen to what your radio station says, your news, you know, any of this gossip bullshit. Just go see the movie and make your own mind up. Like we talked about that last time. People do not make their own mind up nowadays. They just want to listen to whatever review site tells them to go do it. Just take a chance. I mean, that's part of being a person, part of being alive. Just
Make up your own mind.
Thank you, Gene. That's all we ever ask. So on to music. Anything particularly coming out for you, Gene?
Well, one of my favorite bands, Parkway Drive, released a new song. It's been a little over a week ago now, and there's some mixed reviews. Um, when they started out, they were really, for lack of a better word, hardcore. And their last album, which I actually really liked, Ire, that's the title of it. Um, I wouldn't say it was more commercial, but there were definitely a lot more melodies and things like that. And they had done interviews saying they wanted to try something different. And to me, I think it worked out. I mean, I really liked it. I listened to that album start to finish numerous times. So, but this new song that they released is called Wishing Wells, and the video is pretty trippy if you do end up checking it out. But it touches on a subject that it's really hard to touch on, especially living in the South. Like Noble was saying, we're kind of in the Bible Belt, and people really cling to their religion here. But it's really just a play on words. And Wishing Wells comes from, like, when you lose somebody. The song's basically about grief of losing somebody. And Wishing Wells is kind of a play on words, like I said. You lose somebody, you've lost somebody in your life. And everybody, always says, I wish you well, or, thinking about you and everything like that. Yeah, it's nice. In society, we look at that as, hey, they're trying to reach out to me, but what good, does it really do? And that's pretty much what the song's about. Song, you lose somebody, and you're looking for, a place to blame. You're probably not very religious, so the only place you can turn to is God, hell. You look at like why they would take this person away from you, especially. I mean, imagine you're the only child, your mom or dad has already passed away, and then you lose your other parent. I mean, you really have nobody left. And I really think that's what the song touches on. You really just need to check it out for yourself. The lyrics are pretty out there, especially if you're big into religion. You'll probably eventually, as soon as you listen to it, you're probably gonna end up turning it off. But you just need to have an open mind about it. And I completely get where he's coming from. And there's a part in there where he says, "I'm killing gods." Well, that's a metaphor. He's not physically killing them. He's killing the idea. And people just need to realize that, not take it for, like he's being, I don't even know what the word I'm looking for now. I've rambled on so long, but
Being like blasphemous,
right, yeah.
or something
It's
like
not, it's nothing like
something
that. Yeah. I mean, the scenario I gave you, imagine you've lost everybody you've ever really known family-wise. How are you going to feel? So you just need to check it out. They also released another one that's nowhere near that kind of subject. It actually sounds a lot like Metallica. People are, making fun of it, but they had fun with it, and the video for it is pretty cool. That song is called The Void, and the editing in that video is really cool. It's like watching a 5-minute long movie. So it's pretty sweet, and it's probably going to be their mainstream single on that album, which, you got to have one or two, because that's what's going to draw people in. So
yeah, people are getting really, really creative in the past couple of years with their videos. A lot of people are getting more into cinematic, which I love. Me wanting to direct. I appreciate people who actually take time to make their videos interesting. Because I mean, at the end of the day, like, let's face it, music videos were kind of been on the downturn for a while now, and the fact that people are actually putting more and more into them to keep you interested is I feel, to me, it's a good step for people who visually like to see things. Because at the end of the day, I mean, all we do is look at IG, look at Twitter, you use Facebook as our news feed. So if you see a clip of a person's video come across or whatever, that's still a good thing. I mean, people still go to YouTube. I'm not sure. I haven't watched MTV in a hell of a long time, so I don't know how music videos are really going. But I mean, I still check for my favorite bands and my favorite groups to see their visual take on a song after listening to it on the album. And let's see, for hip hop that I got coming out that I said everybody should check out. Check out that Bobby Tarantino 2 by Logic. That's his newest mixtape. I know a lot of people were tripping because I know Logic had Under Pressure, which was his first official album out. Then we had The Incredible True Story. Then we had Bobby Tarantino 1. Then we had everybody, and he kind of went through a couple of different phases. But then he got back to Bobby Tarantino 2, which to me it's a little bit harder than the stuff he did on Everybody, and you could tell somebody really got to him. And I like it when rappers get pissed off and somebody gets at them, and they kind of get into their shits a little bit and let you know that it's not a game over here. Also, Tech Nine put out Planet, which everybody should definitely check that out. Fonte has no news; it's good news. Shout out to Fonte. It's probably one of the first people I ever listened to. Was when I started working with music. Him with Little Brother with and oh man. I think Gene's actually getting me sick.
He's got it.
So I'm going to be mad. Everybody on our team at work is sick. This shit's been placing around, and I'm gonna stop there because if I keep going, I'm gonna be upset.
He will. He'll go on for 30 more minutes.
Yeah, I really will. I'm trying to cut it short, trying to make sure Gene can save his voice for talking to people. Prime 2, very, very excited. Prime 2, that's Royce the 5 Dine and DJ Premier. If you have not got a chance to check out the first Prime, definitely take a second, check it out. Apple Music, Spotify, wherever you get your music, and then check out Prime 2. Great guest appearances on there, just like last time, and just Royce being a tier 1 MC and Primo being the best there is at being a DJ. So just go ahead and check that out. I don't know if there's any other music to check out. You can check out my album, Chillscape, Spotify.
Oh, man. Sell out.
Yeah, whatever.
Sell out.
Trying to move these units. And also check out, I'm on a shout out to Controllerize. That's a group here in Atlanta that does lo-fi hip hop. If you haven't checked out lo-fi hip hop, just check out anything Jay Dilla's done, or just check out lo-fi hip hop. Check out Controllerize and check them out on SoundCloud. Headed up by Stolen Drums, Funk Shoe. They Stolen Drums recently went to South by Southwest and was able to do that. And just to let you know, you could do anything you want to do. I mean, my man's just making lo-fi beats in his bedroom, and it's taking them around the world. Controllerize is getting acclaim from around the world. We got DJs from different countries coming to kick it in Atlanta with us to make music. So that's what's up for the city.
ATL
right there for the city. So other than that, I'm off the music. I'm still trying to making some things. Me and Gene will be trying to get in the lab to actually collab on a project pretty soon. So get ready for that.
Pretty excited for that too, man. That should be pretty cool.
And our last little segment here, we're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna talk about subliminals.
Oh man!
All right, and
all right. And I already know where this is going.
Yeah, I'm really gonna keep this short. I'm gonna give myself about 2 minutes on this. I know rappers throw subliminals, and I know singers throw subliminals, and the thing is that it's not like trying to throw them. It's more so like singers do it as being vague. They want to talk about the act or art of love making or what somebody did to them in a song, but they do it in a vague way. So to kind of throw subliminals to kind of go around it, but who it is, because we live in the information age where you could be like, oh my god, that song that homeboy just said, it's about this chick that he dated for 4 years, or this girl, she's writing this song, she broke up with this dude over here. So it's one of those things where we get what they're supposed to be. So outside of all that, when it's just like me and you talking, and I'm not talking like me and Gene, but like just anybody talking, if I say something to you, it hurts your feelings, and then you start throwing subs at me everywhere else around, that shit kind of makes me feel like
That's
just
childish, man.
It's childish. You're
if you got a problem and we're talking face to face,
say
mention
that shit.
it then.
Yeah, because the thing is that I'm not fragile. I'm not I'm not going to break. I have no issue. And the thing is that even if I was fragile, maybe saying that to me would actually strengthen me up, put a little bit of hair on my chest, make me tougher. And like I said, I know a lot of people. I feel like nowadays we live in a society where nobody knows how to communicate with anybody anymore. Everybody is so quick to say like, "Oh, you just said something bad to me. Okay, cool. You know what? Do what you gotta do. Yada yada yada," and then jump online with the quickness and air that person out, either subliminally or tell them straight up to their face and tag them and do all this other dumb shit or whatever. And I was like, yo. it's real easy to be a tough guy online when nobody can actually come in and hold you accountable for
Anonymity,
your
man.
shit.
People hide behind it. Yeah, that's all the internet is now.
Like, you wonder why people don't like I said, even with us, we tell you, if you got something to say, if you want to say something either good or bad or whatever, please leave a comment below. We will not have an issue with you. It's not like we're going to try to trash you and jump on you in the comment section. We can just say thank you for saying something, because saying something is better than not saying nothing at all.
Exactly.
And I know the whole adage, like, if you don't have anything good to say, don't say. No, like, nowadays we're grown ups now.
Feel free to tell me I sound retarded today, because believe me, I know.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we've grown up now. When you're a kid, yeah, that's a good adage to use as a child. But when you get older, you want to do something like what we're attempting to do, like by doing the podcast, people saying negative stuff to you, that doesn't really affect you. That's more of a publicity type thing for you. So, like, somebody says something negative, we're like, damn, they said something negative. We can kind of feed off of that. That gives us more views. That gives us, more attention. So all you want to do is give us attention. So either give us a good attention or bad attention. Either way, we can still gonna take it and run with it. That's never gonna stop us from doing what we're doing. So just get that through your thick ass head. But if you got an issue, I know, like, the kids nowadays are not used to talking to each other. They're so, like, you can stand. I've literally seen just kids standing there with their phone, typing back and forth to each other in the same damn room.
Yeah, it's
like,
pretty damn creepy.
That's really weird. And you wonder why, like, shit gets as bad as, like, these kids feeling like outsiders when they feel alone in a crowd full of people. That's all it is, because of the way that they're raised with this whole internet age and stuff like that. And it's sad to see is what it is. They have no damn social skills. They have none. They don't know what it's like to get off the bus in the afternoon, race to do your homework so you can go outside and kick it with your friends. They don't have that. All they race to finish their homework so they can get on YouTube and get on Twitter.
Yeah, they grew up on that
IG,
screen.
Snap and all. Yeah, they grew up on them screens. And, like, for anybody who has got a chance to check out Netflix Black Mirror, check out Black Mirror. That kind of sums up our society as a whole. And I'm not talking about American society. I'm talking about all society around the world that has youth culture that's obsessed with phones and computers and TV. And I'm not saying it's bad to look at these things. It's just when you put so much stock into it, you're not gonna get the results that you thought you were. We're probably gonna have to end up making me going on a rant part of these segments, which I will do with the shit.
This is rant time with Noble Lee.
Yeah, rant. Yeah, we'll switch it to rant time. Noble Lee. Shout out to Joe Budden for showing me the way that you can get angry and be passionate at the same time and get your point across. And I won't get as loud and as red as he does, because I'm not light skinned like that. And there's no shot at light skinned niggas anyway.
What you trying to say?
Whatever, G.
Yeah,
whatever.
What
I
you trying to
consider you light skins. I don't care. I mean, whatever. So
yeah.
But I mean, like I said, if you gonna throw subs, that's cute and all, but don't come around me and act like shit is okay.
Exactly.
Don't tell, like, I hate that. Don't tell me that, oh, we're all good, but yet your last
we're all good to your face, and then they turn around and talking
things
shit
you
about
to everybody else
Yeah.
got everybody looking at me sideways, because I don't really care. I'm too old to do that shit. If you got something to say, you got something to say. And my thing is that my girl Rage told me, don't cut people off, freeze them out. You cut people off and don't care about them, freeze them out so they can still see what you doing.
Rajay 2020.
Yeah, when you make it to where you trying to go, whatever, they can still see you. Cut them off and block them from all your shit and do all that stuff. Yeah, that's the new thing now. When somebody has beef,
it's corny,
let me
man.
unfollow you, let me block you. No, fuck that. I'm gonna freeze your ass out, so then you can still see what I'm doing and see how I'm moving, see where I'm going, and see and know that you had nothing to do with that, and you're gonna feel real salty about that. And there ain't nothing I can do but just be like, oh well, you had your shot. So with that being said, people will be getting bars. They already kind of just got a few bars, but there will be bars coming pretty soon. So everybody be excited for that. If anybody who has listened to any of my music, I know majority of it's instrumental, but I will be actually laying down some vocals. I got Gene on a couple vocals that's coming too. Other than that, Wayman fell asleep. Well, no, actually, he's just laying down. He had nothing to say this week. Last week, he was all, oh, hold on.
Uh-oh.
Nope.
You piqued his interest, man.
Yeah, his ears are up, tail wagging. All right, when we get the visual, y'all be able to see him. Y'all know that he is part of the clique. And we'll Yeah, we will be doing call-ins next week. We'll be calling in people. So if you want us to call in to you or you want us to mention you, send us a email. Check the description. It's just going to be viewsfromtheg@gmail.com. Send us an email. Send us a comment or something. We'll shout you out. You know, regardless if it's good or if it's a good comment or a bad comment, we really don't care.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. I mean, it's all good.
Other than that, if there is nothing else, we are out of here. This is Views from the G with Noble Lee and
G Money Gene.
All right, peace, y'all.